Hello everyone, my name is Hailey Elizabeth and this is my famous birthdays interview. Okay, so first question, what's your favorite video that you've ever posted? A couple months ago, I did a video where I stayed in a treehouse Airbnb for a couple days, and that is by far my favorite video I've ever posted. It was a fun little vlog video. I was really proud of the way that it turned out, and I loved every second of it, like filming, editing, everything. So yeah, that is my favorite video. What is your favorite holiday? Oh, Christmas. 100%. I love Christmas. I feel like everyone is so happy around Christmas. There's the Christmas lights, the trees, the music goes absolutely crazy. And I also just love like giving people gifts too. Although I hate receiving them, I love Christmas. What are your favorite movies of all time? Top 3, my number 1 favorite movie is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I love that movie so much. Could watch it over and over and never get bored. Second one is Goodfellas. I love Goodfellas. I love like any sort of mob gangster movie, kind of like The Irishman, Many Saints of Newark. And third is actually right here. That wasn't planned. Like, this is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. One of my favorite movies. Yeah, so those are my 3 favorite movies. Who were the first creators you followed on social media? When I was in like 5th grade, I really wanted to know how to put on makeup, so I would watch a lot of like Bethany Moda, Adeline Morin, Meredith Foster, and Tila Dunn. And those were like, I watched a couple more, but those were like my girls. Like I loved watching their videos, taking makeup tips, etc. So yes, those were my girls. What would be the one superpower you would choose to have? Oh, definitely like time travel or time manipulation. I think that is so cool. Like Umbrella Academy, the character number 5, he does time travel. Or even like Doctor Strange, how he can freeze time, go into the future, go into the past. I love that so much. So that would definitely be mine. Do you see social media as your long-term career path? If not, what could you see yourself doing? No. Long-term, no. And I don't know. I feel like everyone who does like YouTube or TikTok never really thinks of doing social media forever, but we just kind of use it as a stepping stone to get to where we actually want to be. And for me, I would really love to be something in the film industry, whether that be an actor, a producer, director, screenwriter. Actually, prior to doing YouTube, I went to school for filmmaking. So I have like a bunch of random short film scripts that I would really love to produce one day. So yes, that is my long-term goal. What advice would you have for someone who wants to be a social media creator? Don't. I'm just kidding. No, actual advice, I would say once you stop loving what you're doing, stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing, do something else, because it's really not worth all of your time and effort to be doing something that you don't actually love doing. I know sometimes, like especially when you're an up-and-coming social media creator, it's very easy to get blinded by all these numbers, whether it be numbers in likes, views, money. It's very easy to kind of get lost in that and just kind of put out content that gets the most of that, so you kind of get the most dopamine. But when it comes to like your overall happiness, just do whatever makes you happiest, because you never know. Maybe you make that little shift of you doing something different that makes you happy, and it turns out to be way more successful than what you're doing now that like you don't really like doing. So yes, as soon as you stop loving what you're doing, stop what you're doing and reflect and figure out how to make it better for yourself. What is something most people who follow you don't know about you? I don't know. Maybe I'm 5'7.5". So, yeah, that's something. I'm 5'7.5". I mostly say 5'8" because that's like, sounds more powerful. So yeah, technically 5'7.5", 5'8". I don't think I've ever said my height online. So there's a fun fact. If you had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would you choose? Pasta. Pasta, 100%. I love pasta. More specifically, I'm gonna butcher it. Pasta alla norma. Give me a break. Like, oh my god, I love it so much. And gnocchi. Gnocchi is so... Ooh, yeah. It's so good. Yeah, pasta, 100%, my favorite food. What's your goal for where you'll be 3 years from today? 3 years from today, I'll be 22. So I hope to be alive, preferably, alive. But if I am alive, I will do something like how I was saying earlier, how I love like screenwriting and producing and acting. I hope by 22 I have done something big, such as, you know, make a short film, be in a short film, maybe make a podcast or a book. I've always wanted to write a book, but not like a typical, this is kind of a secret, so like keep this between us, but I really want to do not just like a typical YouTuber self-help book. I really want to make a comic book. Because ever since I was little, I've always read comic books, drawn comic books. I love them so much. And I think it'd be really cool to make my own comic book and, you know, try to pull it off too. Because, yeah, those are really hard to pull off. What advice would you give your past self? If we're talking about 16-year-old Hailey, I would most definitely fight that woman. Like, she needs to be humbled immediately, ASAP. No, as far as like actual advice, I feel like I would just let her know that everything's gonna be fine and she has nothing really to worry about. I would also try to steer her in the right direction, kind of like, you know, tell her to, I don't know, like kind of steer her away from bad habits and sort of point her in the right direction and tell her to just explore her creative side. And I feel like if I would have done more with my creativity at a younger age, I would be a lot more successful than where I'm at now. So yeah, I would just let her know what's up and then give her a little fist bump to the face. I'm just kidding. I'm not actually gonna fight her. I'll like dap her up and leave and pray that she listens to me because my god, that woman. If you could travel anywhere, where would you choose? Ooh, Italy. I love Italy. I don't know what it is about Italy. I feel like Italy is just such a dreamy place. You know, like it's just like no matter where you go, there's so much history and there's so much to be said too. Like you could go to Naples and visit I'm already butchering it. Pompeii or Pompeii? Oh god. Yes, I would visit that in Naples, or you could go to Verona and see the Romeo and Juliet statue. You could also go to Milan and see the Last Supper. There's so much, no matter where you go. So I feel like Italy would be my number one destination, not really a preference of where. And my favorite food is pasta, so I would I'd be living my best life. Okay, so that is all of the questions. I hope you guys enjoyed. Maybe you learned a little bit something about me. And yeah, so if you actually want to follow me on my Instagram, that is Ouch Hailey with 1 H. And if you want to follow me on my YouTube channel, Hailey Elizabeth, I do some really cool, fun stuff over there. We're talking about true crime, conspiracy theories, all things spooky, scary skeletons, you know, that's all going on over there. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you to Famous Birthdays for this interview.